Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Joey Plays and Build, and today we're gonna play and build a carnivore habitat. So we're gonna have Carnotaurus, Herrerasaurus, Coelophysis, and Dimetrodon, four beautiful carnivores into this humongous exhibit. Now, you guys are wondering, what am I doing? Well, the last video that I made, the mud flats, I'm having a hard time making little ponds, little mud flats into my exhibit. And I used this technique in the first game, Jurassic World Evolution 1, but I did suggest you guys to comment down below what is the easiest way to make some nice looking small little ponds. And lo and behold, I did have a comment. Thank you, Jacob the Ixwaddle, who bring this up using path, whatever path word, any direction, and using them as your indicator of your water. So right now I'm just playing around a little bit, just putting some random path work, making some circles because that's where the water is going to be. And once I'm satisfied of how I got everything going, I'm just gonna whoosh it all away with some water, and then you have some wonderful ponds that we have here. So yeah, today we are going to test that out and make a beautiful, well detailed dry oasis park for four carnivores. It is going to be a very interesting. Hopefully you guys love it. Hopefully it gives you some inspiration as well. And if it does, please drop down a like. It will help me a lot. And subscribe to my channel if you want to see more detailed habitat builds just like this. And yeah, there you go. See, we have some small ponds here and there, but hopefully will help you out in building your um, pawn exhibit. But without further ado, let's get into the build. So once I got everything, like I'm satisfied with it, I could take away the path, and there you go. You got yourself a lovely pond. Some of them are bigger, some of them are wider, but hey, we're gonna work with this and we're gonna play around with some of the decorated trees that we have here because the San Diego doesn't have a lot of decoration. So that's what we're gonna play here today. First and foremost, gotta make your slope, but be careful with making your slope because the more that you're making crossing your pond, it's going to take some water out. So yeah, you gotta make sure that you're not taking away some of the pond, and if you do, then you gotta rinse and repeat the same tactic that I'm using here, using the pathwork, and then just use the water to build that pond again. So again, I advise you to be careful of making your slopes. Okay, so for today's attractions, we're gonna use the viewing domes, we're gonna use the viewing galleries, we're gonna have a seating area as well. So it's gonna be a big park, so I want the guests to have as much view of the dinosaurs as possible. And now we'll get into the terrain work and the rock work. If you notice that I took away the fence while I progressed in this building, and that's because we're not going to use the fence for this habitat. We're going to use rocks as our barricade, and there's so many items that you guys could use. You could use planters, you could use rocks as I mentioned, you could use some of the plant works. There's so many other than fences, or you could use fences. It's all up to you, but for my build, we're just going to use good old-fashioned rocks. And now we're going to go to the detail part of the habitat. First, I'm using the foliage paint Usually I'm using the shrubs, but I do use some of the ginkgo trees and probably the ground fruit as well. And then once I got the layout that I wanted, I go to the decorated trees. Those are by far the best way to make detailed park. And honestly, go ahead and use as much foliage as you please. Usually I use the Mediterranean and the desert just because we are in a harsh landscape, but I use some of the temperate and the taiga foliage as well. So experiment some of the foliage that you have in your toolbox, see what works, see what don't works, and go from there. And throughout the process of the build is basically a rinse and repeat. The foliage sand, and then using the rocks, and then the foliage paint, and then using the decorative foliage. Rinse and repeat. And for beginners, it might feel a little overwhelming how much process that this would take. It is time consuming. However, I would advise you start off with a smaller exhibit. This is a big exhibit, by the way. We're playing with 4 dinosaurs. So start with a small exhibit with 1 dinosaur and try to get the motion of it. Try to get the feel, try to manage. And once you get your flow, then you could progress into a bigger park. You could progress with more detail. It's just you need to find your routine. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's it. Hopefully that advice really does motivate you to build your habitat wise, or a well detailed habitat wise. Okay, so let's just continue building with more rocks and more foliage. Okay, so I had a lot of questions in my some of my videos about the entrance and how to build it, or do I have to build it? I have I have a comment about that, and here's my answers. You don't have to. If it's not your thing, don't force yourself to build stuff like this. For me, I like it. It's my routine. I love seating areas. I like putting chairs, tables. It just makes your park look good. But if it's not your taste, then don't force yourself to build it, because honestly, if you're forcing yourself to build something that you don't like, then that is not fun. So this is very optional. Anyways, let's go back into the habitat because I felt like it's way too flat for my liking. So we are gonna play more with the terrain work and some foliage and some rock. So let's just keep continuing with that. So normally my routine is that usually I use the bigger rocks. That's the first step, is using the bigger rocks and then using the small rocks surrounding the big rocks. And then right once I get all the groups of rocks that I wanted, then I play around with the foliage. The second step is using the paint foliage. The paint foliage that I'm using is the shrubs. Sometimes I'm using the ginkgo trees, but sometimes I could use the ground fruit. It really all depends on you. Don't use too much. I use the small radius brush and just gently tap it, because The next step is the decorative trees. Those are the ones that would stand out so much in your habitat build. So some of the decorative trees that I use is the desert foliage because we are in a desert. I use the Mediterranean and I use the taiga bushes, usually the big bush. I think that's the medium bush number 3. They need to have names. Let's have names for this because it's really hard to memorize with numbers. But those bushes, they fit so well. But I use some of the temperate as I'm using right now, these bushes, and we're just playing around with it. But this is what makes your park stands out is using the decorative trees. And yeah, that is basically my routine with building this habitat. Okay, so the last of the build is possibly the fun part for me. Not the seating areas. Again, that's optional. That's if you want. But no, the create once you start building more ideas in your head, it starts to come out. And that's what I like. This was originally not was supposed to be part of the habitat build. But once I start building, I notice, hey, why not is good to have a nice, lovely restaurant with a viewing gallery on top of the hill. That was the thinking process, and that's what I like. That's the fun part is that your creative juice, they keep rolling, and they're not gonna stop. So the whole point I'm trying to make with this little conversation is just to take risk, go crazy, see what works, see what don't work. You don't have to be a good path builder. I'm not a good builder by far from it, but I'm taking my risk. This is my risk taking part of the build, and hopefully it doesn't inspire you and motivates you. But anyways, we will go in game. We're going to showcase some of the 4 dinosaurs. This is the it for the speed build. Hopefully it does inspire you, hopefully it does motivate you to build your own habitats. But enjoy the rest of the speed build, and I'll catch you guys later in the in game. Okay, we are in game, and I'm gonna make this very short and sweet. But this is the all carnivore park. Guys, remember this is the walk-in herbivore park. I had a lot of difficulties with this one because I didn't enclose this really tightly. So we have some iguanodons and her, what do you go, Struthiomimus? No, Archaeorthomimus would be running around here. It is very crazy, but I think I had it secured where I wanted it. The same goes for this. So we have an all dinosaur park. So this is the entrance into the park. There's three ways to go around. You could go up here to see it in a more of a bird's eye view. Here's another one, another bird's eye view. This is my risk-taking decoration. See? You just gotta go all out it and see what works, you know? Here's another one. Again, these are optional as well. You don't have to build a well-decorative habitat, or not habitat, a well-decorative entrance area way. But yeah, it is fun for me. Maybe it inspired you if you're, you know, too overwhelmed to build it. But yeah, start out slow. So let's just go into the habitat and let's see some the carnivores. Now, last time I built an all carnivore pack, we have carnivores such as the Coelophysis are panicking. They are panicking. Why? That needs to be fixed like ASAP. So hopefully Frontier, if you're watching this video, which I doubt you are, please, let's have no more panics. We have all likes, but what's the point of having all likes if our dinosaurs still panic? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. So, Frontier, if you're watching my video, thank you for watching my video. But please, can we have that problem fixed? Here's our Carnotaurus. This is the Dominion skin. I believe this is the Dominion skin. Very beautiful. So the carnivore is the ones that causing a havoc. Here's our lovely Dimetrodon who cannot catch a break. This is the Sorona Desert skin pattern, by the way, and the Paleolax as the other skin pattern. I forgot what it is. Skin pattern? It's the skin pattern and the other pattern. Okay, let's keep searching for more. Yeah, they're not having a good time. So we have Herrerasaurus, and this is by far my favorite skin pattern. This is the Amazon rainforest and Rana, I believe. I don't know. I'm probably messing them up. Yeah, very beautiful dinosaurs. I don't know why I don't use the Herrerasaurus like a lot in my parks. You're gonna see a lot then. We're gonna have more Herrerasaurus park building habitats. And if you have any suggestions, drop it down in a comment. Maybe we could build some lovely Herrerasaurus habitats. So yeah, look at how well detailed it is. Our Coelophysis. I don't know what skin pattern, to be quite honest. I just want the greenest one because of Walking with Dinosaurs. Y'all know, if you haven't seen Walking with Dinosaurs, then you know you need to get that on ASAP. But those Coelophysis are green, so yeah, lovely dinosaurs as well. Look at that. Uh-oh. Yeah, Carnotaurus. Hey, stop. Stop it. You're scaring the other. Yeah. No, sit. Yeah, there you go. Sit down. You're a bad dinosaur. Bad dinosaur. They're adorable. Okay. Enough with my goofiness. Here it is. This is the park. So what you guys think? Any comment, write anything down in the comments. What do you guys think about the park? Anything I should add in the future? What do you guys want me to add in the future? Suggest it down in the comments. Yeah, if you do like the habitat and it does inspire you, if it does inspire you, drop down a like. It really helps a lot. And if you want to see more habitat builds, subscribe to my channel, please. I'm almost to 1,000, guys. That is very exciting news. But yeah, like that. See, there you go. See there. I want something like this, and not just carnivores, but herbivores and carnivores together. We all wanted that, right? Yeah. All right. That's all I have for you guys here today. There's the build. That is, I guess, this is right here, the thumbnail. Right there, that's the thumbnail. Anyways, this is it for me. Look at them. Look at them panicking. Yeah, this is it for me. Thank you guys for watching so much, and I'll see you guys in the next build.